Hey, good morning, greetings and welcome. So this next video is on refining the chi. How do we refine our energy? So I went through a video on the extremes of electric and magnetic to create a huge amount of vast polarity in our field of consciousness, in our energy field, in our feeling, and there's all the throwing exercises, the power stretchings, the electric magnetic lines to amplify that, all the Fajian exercises. You can awaken that energy, start expressing it. Now to refine the chi, there's a lot of methods. The method I want to deal with now is depth point awareness. Now depth point awareness is that everything has a center. It has a center of gravity within its physical aspect, has a center of gravity within its astral aspect, has a center of gravity within its mind substance, and then has a center of gravity within the akasha, the emptiness underneath it. So center of gravity of your physical, astral, mental, and your akashic connection. And the akasha, if you want to find the center of gravity of your physical within the akasha, you do it through your physical center of gravity. If you want to find the akashic center of gravity of your astral body, you do it through the astral center of gravity, and so forth. Now, whatever energy you're working with, let's say you're doing electric and magnetic extremes, and you're creating this hurricane of energy around you, and you're whipping and shunting and making people fly, and your personality becomes volatile, and you want to take ownership of this energy. You have to feel the energy you're working with and then go into the center of it. Is it an astral energy? Is it a vital energy? Is it physical? Find the center. So put your mind inside the center. Feel the total and let your mind contract to the center of it. If you've done the akasha breathing, then you started breathing the akasha of the form. So if I want to tune into an object, I pick up the object, I feel it, I breathe the akasha of the form and let my mind go to the center of gravity of the form. So this is one way, but you have to have received akasha transmission to do that. If you haven't, you can feel the form of the energy around you, breathe into it, feel its edges, feel its center, and just softly sit in the center of gravity of that energy. So as you tune your mind to that center, you just let your mind shrink, 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 shrink down to that center while maintaining a sensitivity to the edges, to the whole. When you're in the center of gravity of something, you can only do so through knowing the whole of that thing. You have to understand and feel, these are the edges, now I can be in the center. And to move into the center of something simply doesn't work if you don't own the whole object. So feel the whole, let your mind soften into the center. Now when your mind softens in the center, it enters in the stillness of the center of that object or energy or feeling or substance, whatever you're working with. You're going to get a very, very deep stillness when you touch the still point, the center point. And go into that stillness of that energy, of the whole, and just observe it. Observe the edges from a point of equanimity. Once you've taken ownership of that equanimity of the object, now you're the center. You're the hinge that can tilt the universe from that center point. So this feeling of the center is only found through a deep, profound sense of stillness of the entire object from its center point. And this is something that can only be described and known by doing it. When you get in there and practice it, you go into the center of objects, you feel that you are the center of the universe, not just the center of that object. The whole universe is spinning around you in your perception, because at that moment you touch the center of it. And when you touch the center of object, there's a relationship between microcosm and macrocosm. You feel like you're the center of the universe of that object. So these qualities can only be known when you do them. You can't adequately describe them. So go into the stillness of the object, let your mind disappear into quietude, and then recognize the whole of the object, and you get this microcosm, macrocosm experience happening. And this is part of the bridge to developing what we call universal consciousness, or having connections to feeling the whole rather than being separated from it. Okay, thank you for your time, and see you on the next video.